Hello and welcome to the STB Racing League Season 18 British Grand Prix, live from the Silverstone circuit in Britain. A slightly smaller lobby this evening, but still we've got a great opportunity for some incredible racing here in the Tier 1 Championship. I'm joined once again by Bram Nilsson here for, I believe it's round 9 of the season. Bram! Hello. DJ Danny's out on a set of mediums. Let's talk about strategy. What's the strategy here in Britain, and how are you feeling ahead of this British Grand Prix? It could be a cracker based on other races around here in the past.
Yes, Maldi, Britain is always an exciting track. For the strategy, I'm expecting an easy one-stop, soft to medium or medium to soft. In either way is definitely very easily possible at this track.
Yeah. Okay. I was checking if the stream is working. Yeah, it is at the moment. So, Austria was a very eventful week last week. We obviously had a lot of collisions last week. What do you think the drivers need to do to avoid some collisions here today? Because Britain, it's quite a fast-flowing circuit, so very fast speed incidents could well be a possibility here.
Yeah, Maldi, as you said, there were a couple of collisions in Austria. Here in Britain, as you said, it's a fast-flowing circuit, so I'm expecting there to be maybe 1 or 2 collisions in the high-speed corners during the race. Other than that, I think Austria was just a one-off for incident. Those things happen once in a while, and I think the drivers will be sorting it out today.
Okay. We've obviously got some new drivers here and some returnees. One being RCX. That's really difficult to say. Stefanko. He's back in the league this evening. Most likely going to be taking a full-time seat off one of the other drivers. But yeah, Stefanko definitely was a front runner last time when he was racing. So yeah, what can we expect from the Italian driver?
Yeah, as you said, Madi, he was very strong in the second half of last season. He raced in the first few races of this season as well. Didn't put in the best performances. I'm expecting quite a lot from him here at Silverstone and in the next couple of races. We saw how strong he was at Italy, for example, last season. I think he can replicate that and get himself back into a full-time seat.
Yeah, and obviously we've got TRT Virtue, the first Mexican driver in a while in the league. He should be looking to prove himself here in the McLaren. And he goes P3 there, 124.5 for Virtue. That's a strong opening lap there from the Mexican.
Yeah, Maldi, and we're seeing some overcast conditions here in Britain. The track is very busy at the moment.
I wonder what the race is going to be like, because obviously there's always the possibility in England for it to rain. So.
Fizzy's getting slightly blocked by Stefanko. You're giving him the dirty air through the middle sector. That won't help him. Coming up to Stowe corner. Taking that very nicely indeed. Taking a good line from there into the Ville chicane. Missing the inside curve. I'm not too sure about that line. But he goes P3 with a 24.7. Good lap time from Vizzy.
24.7, 24.2, bro.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, little bit of distraction going on there. Not sure what I saw there. 24.2 is what I was trying to say.
No, so that is
now
the lap
starting
there.
A lap.
That's a lap for VC.
I wouldn't be surprised if it starts to rain near the end of the session, Maldi. It's looking very cloudy indeed.
I'm not sure, really. I mean, anything can happen in Britain, so... One driver then that we are really keeping on in this session is LRS Mercury. He's on an out lap. Jamham is on laps. Let's ride on board with him, the Ferrari. Probably the closest challenger to Bruno Will.
So far this season, definitely Mahdi's locking up through Lovefield. It's not the corner you want to be locking up into. It
Obviously,
really
his home Grand
hurts your
Prix as
apex
well,
speed.
Bram. It's Jam's home Grand Prix, so he'll be hoping for a good result here in Britain.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, he's had 2 wins so far this season, if I'm correct. He's had some very good performances. He's P2 in the championship as of right now as well. He goes purple through the middle sector. He is, I think, if he keeps going on this lap, he'll go P4, if I'm correct. We'll see. He comes through the final chicane, which is always agonized. Oh. It's also always agonizingly hard to put the traction down.
P4,
And Jam goes P4, as I said.
124.444. So
Mercury then on the lap as well. Through Lovefield corner. He struggled through there in the practice sessions.
Pop's flat.
Yeah, Kops is always flat, Mahdi. Kops has been flat since 2016 or something.
Yeah, well, it's still a bad call now.
As Mercury picks up a bit of slipstream from Joe F1, who made
Sorry,
his
I'm just not
debut
really
last week.
a fan of this Silverstone track, so I just don't really have anything to really say about this track. I mean, it's the home of motorsport, yes, but it's just a bit average in my opinion.
Yeah,
And talking of average,
of course,
Mercury goes P10.
that's definitely bang average. As Davizin's on the lap, if I'm correct. Davizin is definitely one to look out for. He's proven himself to be very quick at Silverstone racing track. In some other leagues he's had very good performances, and he goes purple through the first sector. Through Lovefield then. Goes a bit wide. It's not ideal through there, but he keeps it valid and it's looking like a good exit for him. On board then through Kops, keeping it nice and flat, taking a nice line, scrubbing off the minimum amount of speed. Through Maggots, going wide, Beckett's, that's compromised, and Chapel, and that's not the line you want to be taking there. I think, yeah, he's lost a bit of time compared to his delta. He's now almost a tenth up. He's gonna have to put in a mega final sector if he wants to beat Bruno Will.
He's on par with Bruno.
The final chicane. Yeah, definitely. He's very quick at this track, Mahdi. Short shifting up to 5th. Keeping it pinned through the final. And he goes P1 with a very nice final sector indeed, Mahdi.
23.913. So, there you go. Sweet as you like there. Joe goes P4. That's a strong showing from him, but he's going to go on another lap now.
Yeah, Davizin
and it's validated.
Pace.
Kevin P4.
In this session.
Stefanko goes P4. Very close. There, Mr. Funko, Kevin, and Joe there. All within a tenth. We've got Eke and Jamham Bram, both on identical lap times. It's very close here in Silverstone.
Very interesting scenes there by Eke and Jamham. Eke is quite quick around Silverstone. I think he can be a surprise top 5 finisher here. Of course, we haven't got the biggest amount of people today, so points for everyone is looking quite likely as Bruno Will goes purple through the first sector. We see all the drivers looking up through Lovefield. Normally we don't really see that. So that's interesting there.
Wow.
Maybe a bit of an issue with track grip in that corner at the moment because of the overcast conditions.
Anyway, Bruno Will there's going around the second sector. Let's see what his sector time is going to be. He has to attack Maggots and Beckett's here for the best, time. You can't afford to be making mistakes. And he's up.
Absolutely leaning on the car through the corners. He's in the 1 minute zeros through the second sector. It's looking to be a good time. I think he's gonna snatch P1 back from Davizin there. Ooh, he doesn't take the best lines for the final chicane. What's the lap time? It's a 0.8.
23.8 there for Bruno Will. He goes P1. As per usual, we love to see it. Oh, Span's going to come around the final corner, Bram. It's going to be a 24.3 P5 for the Renault.
Lap time from Sync right now. Jamam is also on the lap, the championship antagonist. He still has a shot at it though. I believe it's around or almost halfway through the championship as of right now. He's got to get some wins in the near future, that's for certain. But he's definitely the closest one. And if anyone named other than Bruno Will is gonna get the championship, it's definitely gonna be Jamam, as he maximizes the track, keeping it very tight on the straight. Does the same thing through Cops, going on board and through Maggots, Beckett's and Chapel, keeping it relatively safe. Goes a bit wide through Chapel, picks up the tiniest bits of slipstream. He's 2.5 tenths up on his time. Through Stowe corner then, elects to use 5th gear instead of 6th. He goes a bit wide. It's not looking like the perfect lap from Jamam here. On the final chicane. And it's gonna be a 24.0. That's quite decent lap time for how the lap looked, Madi.
Yeah, I mean, we would expect, Bram, these times to be at least 23 mid 23s. Looks like the driver's really struggling for grip at the moment.
No, mid 23 is really fast though. I'm expecting 23.6 for pole, maybe something around that lap time. Mid 23s is not something you can easily do, even if you're called Bruno Will or Davizin. Okay, then coming around the final corner, it's a 24.1.
P5 for him, hey up. That's
So
a strong up there from the Finnish driver. P5
Matty's on the lap as well. He's 2 tenths up on his time. If he keeps that up, he'll go around P11, which is a very good starting spot here at Silverstone. Reverse strategy from medium to soft is a very good one at this track.
We're keeping that in mind for tomorrow's race. Around the final corner then. And he's going to go into P12. Said P14 then. That's not a very good lap time, is it? And Matt's gone across the track. Okay, interesting. Okay. Interesting line here from Matty.
And Davizin is really pushing it through the middle sector here. He takes very tidy lines. He's a half a tenth up. With a mega final sector, he can go P1. Bruno Will's on the outlap as well. This qualifying session is gonna go right down through the wire, and it goes into the pits as he knows he's not gonna improve enough to get P1. So he decides to go into the pits and go for one final run to dethrone Bruno Will off that pole position.
Yeah, very interesting qualifying so far, Bram. Mercury's back out then on the circuit for set softs. For the Williams.
And Eke is in the pits as well. I'm not too sure if Davizin's gonna have the time to go in and out once again. Eke is the first racing point in the pits in this game. The waiting time. Oh no, actually Davizin is the first one in the pits. So never mind.
Well, they're gonna be, they have to change the tyres, check the setup. So could well take quite a lot of time for them to get out again, because the mechanics are not very strong, it appears, on the game. So
nah, that's definitely something Codemasters need to be looking into for the next game, changing the qualifying pit mechanics to be able to do a quick pit stop during qualifying, so you don't lose as much time. Let's go on board then with Bruno Will for flying lap of Silverstone here, trying to take is however many pole positions it would be. Flat to turn 1 and turn 2 Braking very late, just after the curve starts into turn 3. Going down to second for turn 4. I would have expected him to stay in third, as we are used to his very high gear usage during this season. Going down to fifth for Brooklands corner into Lovefield. Taking quite a wide line, maintaining some massive apex speed and getting a good exit onto the straight. Cutting the track on the inside as much as possible into Cops, keeping it pinned. And that's a very good line from Bruno Will there. Into the best section of the track, Maggots, flat, Beckett's almost flat, and Chapel down to 5th gear, short shifting up to 6th. It's not looking like the ultimate lap time, but he's still almost a 10th up on his time. He's on 4.7 near Maldi. Into Stowe corner, one of the hardest corners on the track, blind apex. Lots of understeer in that corner. Into Vale, chicane, looking up a tiny bit on the inside left. Definitely something you will see more of during the race. He goes to the line, it's a 0.6, very good lap time from Bruno Will here.
Wow. Basically, let's have a look. Let's see if he can go a bit, if he can challenge the Mercedes. But Bruno Will.
There's a racing point of the track. AK
Bruno Will's on him.
Given up here. He's definitely one to look out for, but Davizin is starting a lap as well. He's definitely looking like the closest challenger to Bruno Will. Things are heating up right now, Maldi.
Yeah.
I'm here for it.
I'm here for it as well. VC. Yeah, VC's backed on his lap, so Kevin. Jamham's on a lap. See if he goes up in the first sector.
This is Davidson's only chance to get Bruno Will for pole position here. Takes a tidy first sector. Keeps it tight through turn 5. Onto the sector split. He's tiny bit up on his time, but there was quite some time in the middle sector. Takes a very nice line through Lovefield, getting some massive exit speed. Getting a maximum throttle application. If he went a bit further on the throttle, he would have got some wheel spin. That was an insane throttle application from Davis in here. Very nice driving from him. Through Maggots, Beckett. Oh, and he compromises the line a little bit. That's not the best line. Ooh, he's still 1.5 tenths up though here. He could be on for pole.
Jamham is going to come around the final corner. And it's going to be a 20. He's not going to improve his lap.
Davisin's
by his
taking
position.
A very good line through Stowe. He looks up tiny bit on the inside right. Inside left, I'm sorry. He compromises line through this chicane. What's the lap time going to be? It's a 0.6 as well for Davisin. He screwed it on the final 2 corners. It's unfortunate for him. He could have got that pole position, first pole position since his return. And we have a Brazilian top 4 here in STB Tier 1.
And Mercury's not going to be happy with that.
Oh no, last position in qualifying.
15.
Definitely not the one.
But, excuse me, you know he's going to be very happy with his qualifying result, Bram. DJ Danny, P11.
Yeah,
for
definitely.
the Red
That's a
Bull.
very good position to start the race for DJ Danny. Especially if he manages to stay within the DRS zone of the P10 driver, which will be Joe F1.
Yes, it
As
should be.
we see Davisin disappointed in the Discord. He knows he could have got that pole position. He messed it up at the final corner. Maldi, there's 0.03 of a second between the top 2 drivers.
And third was FXBR VC. Fourth, Alpha Kevin. Fifth, Formula Acos. His best qualifying since his return to STB. Sixth is Jamham. Seventh was RCX Stefanko on his return. Eighth was K00. Ninth was Sink Rainer. 10th for Joe F1. 11th, probably the best position on the grid, DJ Danny. 12th, Alpha Dan. 13th on his debut, TRT Virtue. And as per usual, Matt is on the last row with LRS Mercury.
Yeah, Maldi, in this an interesting grid here. I think it could make for a very good race. I'm intrigued to see what the weather will look like.
No, I don't think it
here
will be,
in
Bram,
Britain.
because it's Silverstone. Silverstone is just not a very good circuit.
It's
Right.
looking like a dry race.
So I don't even
Dry
know. I'm not
start
even
at
over
least.
in yet. I don't even know what it is.
I am
Viewers that are
like a dry
watching, you're
start.
probably thinking that, yeah, I don't like the circuit. Well, yeah, you think right there. Silverstone is not a track that I enjoy personally. Watching or racing, it's my worst track on the game. But I am hoping that these Tier 1 drivers can at least give us somewhat of a good display here in Silverstone. I think they can, Bram.
Yeah, Maddy, you can't deny that Silverstone is one of the better tracks for racing.
Well,
on the
it's just
calendar.
not though, is it? Well, you could probably
But
have
for
you could probably
racing
have a better,
action,
you could probably have a better
generally.
race at Vietnam.
Don't even start me on the Vietnam.
No, I'm
I am
joking. I'm
definitely
joking.
not
I'm
a big
joking.
fan of.
But definitely at Russia,
Vietnam.
you could have a better race at Russia than Silverstone. Definitely.
Well, we'll see about that in
Well-
the future. We're here at Silverstone today, at least. Let's have a look at the tire choice of the.
I expect
outside
all
of
the
the
drivers
top
outside
10.
the top 10 start mediums, but that's just not happening at the moment.
No, Matt, Mercury, and Vircho still electing
Mercury's
those
on the medium.
As is Matt, Vircho now the only one outside of the top 10 still on softs, and he decides to start on those soft tires.
Fair enough. Oh then, so the strategy, Bram, you can see at the bottom, predicted pit stop strategy, is lap 10 to 13 is the pit window from soft to medium. And if you got that pit strategy up on your stream as well, on your end, I don't think you did. But yeah,
Not as of right now.
lap 10 to 13, you'll be able to see it in a moment. That is the pit window for soft to medium. The game says hards, but I don't think we will be needing hards today.
No,
Unless,
no, definitely not Madi.
you know, unless you crash out. But the hards are going to be very, very bad around here in terms of pace. So the drivers will be hoping not to get caught up in an incident on the first lap, because that will definitely screw up their chances in Silverstone. The Ram, well, once again, will lead the drivers down into turn 1. It's a very fast first corner. So we could well be seeing some spins, some crashing maybe. Drivers
Swiping across.
Yeah, drivers, getting a bit overexcited because of the speed and nature of the track. So I think we're in for an incredible lap 1.
Yeah, lap 1 always delivers in Silverstone. And yeah, I really disagree with you. I think Silverstone is a cracking track for racing action. And I'm really looking forward to this race. We've got
I'm
a good
not.
top 2 fight.
I'm really not.
Good fight for the podium as well. Some
I'm
drivers looking to get back from outside the top 10 on that reverse strategy, which is very overpowered here at Silverstone. Let's
is it
get ready for
is
the
it going
race
to be
start.
overpowered for Mercury and Matty though? Because they're not exactly the fastest drivers in the lobby, are they?
Well, Mercury has proven himself to have good race pace at every single
No
track this
shade,
season,
but
expect-
foreshadowing the start then. Danny's inside Joe on the start then, going to the line. That's fun for them. Right then, lining up, Bram. Who's going to win the British Grand Prix? Tell me.
I'm putting my money on BRL Davis in here.
I'm going to put my money on VC.
Easy, interesting. So no one
Yeah.
going for Bruno which
Right, here we go
will
then.
probably prove
3
us
lights,
wrong.
it's 4 lights, it's 5 lights for the British Grand Prix, the home of motorsport. We're not waiting any fucking longer. Sorry for my language. Davis gets off to an incredible start. And he leads the British Grand Prix. Second, Bruno is going to come on the inside of him. Down into the second corner now, third corner. Late break. Bruno around the outside of the racing point. Locked up a bit on the inside there. Takes the inside for the next corner. Davidson's going to hold it all the way around the outside. Faces going to get involved as well as they come through now. Down the straight, and Davidson's around the outside. Both drivers side by side, the two Brazilians. Bruno will gets back in the situation. There's a horse off in the background there. That's Joe out of contention. And Bruno Will's up the inside off the racing point, side by side, still through the section on the left field. Is it left field? And virtual safety
yes,
car.
that's left field, and there's a virtual safety car.
I'm out of breath already.
And that's exactly what I was trying to say. Silverstone can always
And
deliver. And
Joe-
VZ's off under the VSC! VZ's in the wall! VZ just pinned it, Madi. He didn't get hit or anything. He's lost now. And he's broken his front wing
And
as well.
I said he was going to win this race. Yeah, thanks
And
for that, VC. Oh, and there's been some ignoring yellow flags then under virtual safety car. The first one
And for some
done by
reason-
the stewards.
For some reason, Bruno, Will, and Davizin have already picked up a 5-second gap over the leaders. Stefanko is really holding the pack up here. He's got a massive train behind him.
Right, we're back racing.
Yeah, Bruno,
We're back racing now.
Bruno, Will, and Davizin are they've got a 5-second gap over the rest of the field already.
Huh?
What's going on there, Madi?
They've just been able
There's a McLaren in the wall. Oh no, he's in the pits.
in the wall.
Let's have a look at. Yeah, not in the wall, luckily.
Right, so Fanco then. What happened there then? Because that's crazy. Because I ain't got a clue what happened there.
I think Stefanko just
Eke's off
absolutely
the track.
helped them.
Span.
Ooh, and Eke is off the track indeed. He's back on track now though.
Crazy scenes though.
They're going
Bram.
side by side.
Right, we're
into
back
turn
racing them.
7. Think Rainer going for a switchback. Dan Bos has got front row tickets on those medium tires. He's in a good position. P8 on the mediums, the highest medium runner of them all. Jamam's got past Stefanko, as has Formula Ecos and Alpha Kevin. Think Rainer is looking to be the next one. They're going side by side into, and Stefanko has pushed Think Rainer on the grass. They're side by side. They've made
Massive
contact. They're both
crashing.
off the
There's
track.
been a that is aggressive there from the two drivers. That they've had a beef on track there. And Stefanko's down in P11 now. I don't know why Rainer was trying to go for that position there. As Mercury's going side by side, yeah, Mercury's going side by side with the Renault. Up the inside of the Alfa Romeo. Dan, this could be P6 for Mercury. Mercury's had a bad line. And now he's alongside Rainer into the Val chicane as they go. Late braking for the Williams. Up the inside there. He's going to be on the inside. Is Rainer side by side then around the final corner. Mercury's going to have to use that overtake mode now to get back past. But Rainer keeps that 7th place. That's a good racing there, but was it really good racing through Maggots and Beckett's, Bram? I don't think it was. Very aggressive from those two drivers.
Stefanko turning right in on who was it?
Stefanko.
Sink Rainer. I think it was Sink Rainer.
Rainer and Stefanko.
Yeah, Stefanko turning right in on Sink Rainer, but we've got some action here. Jamam going side by side with Formula Ecos. Formula Ecos keeping it around the outside, but Jamam gets a move done at Brooklands.
I mean,
Move.
pretty good move. I want to know why the gap's 4 seconds now. That's crazy.
Yeah, I think Stefanko had a bit of an issue. He was very slow after the restart, and yeah, was very slow after the restart, and he was very slow under the VSC as well. He might have some front wing damage. He's gone down from P3 to P11 in 1.5 laps, so not looking too good for him.
Yeah. And now he's going to be in that train as well, with all the dirty air and the DRS train as well down the
Sink
track.
Rainer is trying to get past Dan Bos here, and he gets past at Kops. No, at Stowe. I'm sorry.
Decent start to the race, Bram.
He's making moves as well. He's just got past Formula Ecos, and he's right on the back of Kevin already. He's put in a 27.7, which is a rapid lap time for the first few laps of the race.
I thought that was in them.
No, Davizin and Bruno are keeping it quiet at the front. Davizin is probably harvesting some ERS to make a move on Bruno at the end of the race.
It's quite quiet. The drivers are going to be following each other in that DRS. Jamham going to try and get that overtake done on Kevin then. He needs to try and do it as quickly as possible to try and catch up to the top two. But has he got the pace though to do that? I don't think he has.
No, he probably won't have the pace of Bruno, Will, and Davizin. I don't think he will, but he will maybe with a safety car, with some good strategy moves, he might be able to get back up to them and maybe with some luck even past them.
Slipstream then for Jamham is going to be the DRS that he's actually closed for some reason.
I think he wants to stay behind for just one more sector. I think Rainer retires from the session.
I don't know why.
We've got 13 drivers left in the running.
I don't know why. I don't know why Sink Rainer had to leave. He was running in a decent position, but
might have got maybe a bit of front wing damage.
Still not a reason to retire from the Grand Prix. But anyway, Jamham then DRS overtake mode. This could be pretty straightforward for the Ferrari. Side by side, up the inside, sweet as you like. P number 3.
Yeah, and there's a yellow flag in sector 1. That's for Sink Rainer. We've got 13 drivers left in the running.
Oh, so we've got Virtue and Stefanko battling at the back here for the last pay points position. It's overtake mode for Virtue. Here we go, down the straight then. Up to Cops. Is this going to be an overtake for the Mexican? Yes, it is.
Yes, it is. Good move from Virtue.
Repping it there for Mexico, and he's up in a P10. The next up for him is JRT Matty.
And unfortunately for the medium runners, Dan Bos has not clinged on to Formula E Cos's DRS. So Dan Bos, Mercury, DJ Danny and JRT Matty will be left disappointed with that. If he could have clinged on, and he goes off the track for good measure. If he would have clinged on, they would have been in a prime position to make up some good positions at the end of the race.
Oh, Stefanko's out. What's happened to him?
I'm not too sure, Maddy, but I think he might have just given up on it. He hasn't had a good return so far. The race hasn't gone his way, and he's out of the race.
The race hasn't really gone anyone's way, really, apart from Bruno and Davison. They've all been involved in contact. It's going to be a very quiet race tonight, Brum, in terms of, there's not many people in running now. It's going to be a very quiet affair here.
Yeah, but we're up for a Titanic. Bruno will versus Davison scrap. I can already tell. And there's a McLaren off the track. It's CRT Virtue. I believe he's lost some time there. So Mercury is right at the back of Alpha Dan.
Yeah, he's out. Look, he span it on the exit there.
Ooh, is he out of the Grand Prix? I think he's continuing on, so we won't see a safety car just yet.
Right, Matty's
definitely looking to
Matty's
make a
trying
move.
to get now onto the back. Danny's going to be that DRS now, down the straight.
And we're seeing a double move going on here.
And Virtue's out.
But none of those moves are gonna get done, and VZ's up into P11 because of that. He's one position off the points, even though he's about 3/4 of a lap down to the rest of the field. Mercury is really putting the pressure on Alpha Dan. He's just not got the pace. He's 3 seconds behind Formula E Cos, and Mercury is looking to get past ASAP. Damos is also quite low on the ERS front. His red light is flashing. This is Mercury's chance here to make a move. Dambos is vulnerable. He's not got DRS.
He's even halfway down the straight there, Bram. He's got the overtake done very early there. He's up in a P6. Right, next up for him is Formula Ecos. But he's 3 seconds.
And then he tries for a move as well. He's tucked his nose in there, but he's back behind Dambos as Matty gets a tiny snap of oversteer there. Nothing too crazy. And it's a good battle between these medium runners here as Dambos goes off the track. I'm not sure about that line, Dan.
Yeah, I don't know either, really. It was a very...
He's picked himself up.
It was
around 2
very
warnings this lap already.
Oh God! Snap of oversteer there, I think that was. And there you go, P number 7 for DJ Danny. I mean, these drivers, Bram, I think they're just, as Davison's in the pit lane, very early here in Britain.
As Dambos hits Matty from the back here, Dambos makes Matty go wide. He lines up a switchback.
Why is Davison in the pit lane?
He's going for a big undercut on Bruno Will, I can already tell.
But he's gone on to set of mediums. Why is he on mediums for at this point in the Grand Prix?
What you mean, Marty?
He's lap 7.
Yeah.
The pit window
can last.
Pit window's 10 to
Mediums
13.
can last very long. Silverstone is a track at which a big variety of strategies are possible. If you start on softs, the pit window is basically from around lap 6 to lap 13. So it's quite a big pit window. And he decides to go for the overcut. I wouldn't be surprised if we see Bruno Will going on all the way to lap 12 to maintain, because he probably will lose out to Davizin either way. So I wouldn't be surprised to see him go to lap 12 to get a big overcut and try to overtake Davizin on fresher tires here.
To be fair, I'm intrigued to see what Mercury can do now, and he's got clear air.
Oh, and Bruno Will pits actually. He's yeah, he's going into the pits. Jaman also pits.
And try and cover
Kevin
them off,
pits. From the Ecos pits, and the medium runners definitely will keep going. Let's have a look. This is gonna play into Davisin's hands massively here. I don't think Bruno Wills made the right strategy choice. He probably exit behind Davizin anyway, so he should have gone on for another couple of laps to get those fresher medium tires. But we'll have a look at it right now. He definitely is, Maldi. Mediums can go very long into the race, and if Davizin is on mediums, Bruno will be too. It's going to be close at the pit exit.
Davidson's coming down the first corner now. Bruno Wills on exit of the pit lane.
And Davizin gets a position, Maldi. He's up into the net P1 of this race.
Battle is on here in Silverstone. Right then.
One.
Mercury then is now trying to catch to the back of Formula Acos, but he's got Danny behind him and Matty as well. So these medium runners are in a very good position for a bit of coverage time here this evening.
Yeah, and as I said, Maldi, Mercury has shown some good race pace this season, and he's showed it again today. He's up into P1 of the medium runners. So if there's anyone if this strategy proves to be really, really good, he'll definitely be the biggest profiter of it. But he goes off the track. He brakes to try to avoid a penalty or a warning. I'm not too sure about that.
In the pits.
He's definitely lost some time though. Formula Ecos is indeed in the pits. I think he'll come out behind Hamjam and Alpha Kevin, but he will be on fresher tires.
But this is something, Bram, sorry, this is something that we need to deep at the moment. Mercury, LRS Mercury, is leading the British Grand Prix. Can we just talk about that for a moment? Here in Britain, Mercury is leading.
Really close to Kevin there. He almost got the overcut done, but he has to settle for P9 behind Kevin. And as you said, yes, Mercury is leading. Then he's also in a good position in P2. Yeah, they're looking to get some good points here.
Yeah, it'd be good to see if Danny can try and get in that DRS and try and maybe even have a battle with Mercury. You know, give us a bit of entertainment, because obviously this race, I did say Britain's not a very good circuit, and I think, you know, it's definitely coming to fruition there, because yeah, we've had no real battles from DRS, and yeah, I mean, it's been pretty dire here in Silverstone. But Bruno Will's going to have that DRS now on Davizin. Got what I just said, we've got a monumental battle on our hands now between Davizin and Bruno Will. So strap yourselves in, get some popcorn, let's go for round number 2.
And Formula Ecos is making a move on Kevin here. They're going side by side into Stowe corner. Formula Ecos on the inside gets a move, but Kevin's on for the switchback. He doesn't get the move done just yet though. And Formula Ecos is up to P8 on those fresher mediums.
Right, Danny's lost a little bit of time then in that first sector. But he's really pushing hard, Bram. Try and get this position. Danny, you know, he's had a lot of retirements this season. You know, he's me. You know, he's had a lot of retirements, but you know, he's definitely up there at the moment. P2, and he could well be leading this race, and that's a great opportunity for Red Bull there to get some extra sponsorship money.
Yeah, definitely. Danny has had some retirements, but when he's been on it, he's been absolutely on it.
Well, I mean, he hasn't really been on
P2
it though,
right
has
now.
he? He ain't been on it for a few weeks, so.
No, but he's shown some glimpses, and
Nah.
last season he had a couple of great performances as well.
No, Tito Danny's never had a great performance. He's just been a bit average.
Ooh, and Kevin and Formula Ecos are going side by side once again into Stowe. Now Formula Ecos defending very harshly.
We are joking.
Kevin going right around the
Oh,
outside.
hey, up Kevin then. Repping it up at the moment for Brazil, round the outside. And then we've got Formula Ecos, the only Hungarian driver in STB currently. He gets that position back off the Alfa Romeo. That's a great battle there. But yes, we are only joking about these shade. Well, I'm not, but we are, you know, about shading Tito Danny and S Mercury and all these drivers. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm here for it.
Yeah, and Kevin and Formula Ecos putting in a demonstration of how to race. They're having some great battles here, and
Weren't
they're
that
going
good,
at it
Bram?
once again.
We're at
Sorry?
Silverstone. It weren't that good.
It was good. Did you see the moves? Kevin sending it right round the outside of Stowe, and then Formula
No.
Ecos getting
No,
the move back
I was
done
too.
around the outside of the
I
final
was too
chicane.
fixated on JRT Natty here, P3 for the first time in his F1 career. So
Yeah, yeah, but it's not a net P3 though, and Eke's into the pits.
well, Echo's not in the lobby, so. Here we go,
Cool.
Bruno Wheel at DRS. Here we go down the straight side by side through Stowe. Great defence there from Davidson. We're in for an incredible battle now, Bram. I'm here for this.
Oh, and Bruno Will switches to the outside, back to the inside, and slots back
Well, that
in.
could have been a Vettel Verstappen moment there.
Yeah, that could have definitely been a Vettel Verstappen moment right there. Some scary business, but Bruno Will's got some better car control than Sebastian Vettel. I don't think we've ever seen a Bruno Will spin.
Yeah, Bruno. Well, Vettel's just a bit. No, he's just a bit average, isn't he? Oh, talking of average, DJ Danny's closing that gap to LS Mercury. He's got within 5/10 now as they come through the second sector. And Danny's really trying to, you know, close that gap. He's using a lot of overtake on him. Matt's got a lot of overtakes. He's just keeping behind these two. I think we could be having an incredible four-way battle here, Bram, for, you know, the back end of the top 10. You know, P6 down, you know, could be having a great little battle. P7 down, rather.
Yeah, definitely. And Matt's now right on the back of DJ Danny. Think he might be able to make a move? No, not just yet, but he's getting closer, and it's gonna be interesting to see at what lap they will be pitting. Wouldn't be surprised to see one of those guys already box next lap to get the maximum time on those soft tires. Those soft tires really last long, almost half the race distance here. So I wouldn't be surprised to see one of those medium runners.
You don't want to
box
go.
next
You don't want
lap.
to go too long on the softs because you don't want them
And
to be.
Kevin once again goes right around the outside of Formula Ecos, and this is some beautiful racing.
Formula
Ecos
Ecos
now
up the
switching back
inside.
to the inside. And this time Kevin gets the move done. And
Well, that's
that
a bit
is
boring.
A beautiful move.
That's a bit boring. If that was like, I don't know, a track like USA, you know, get the undercut down the straight, DRS, done. Get the overtake
if
done.
there's anything more if there's anything less boring than on the straight DRS done overtake as you just described.
Yeah, well,
there's
that's
not.
Formula One, in it?
So this is how you make those overtakes around the outside of Stowe. Beautiful.
But speaking of
work
overtaking,
from
Bram, Matty is right on Danny's chuff now. Here we go. He's going to get excited now. He's up someone's diffusers. They come down straight now. DRS overtake mode in full operation. Then he's got the DRS on Mercury. These four are very similar on pace, very matched at the moment.
And none of them pitting just yet. They will be pitting next lap, definitely. All of them. And Bruno, Will and Davison are going right at it. They're going side by side.
And Davison is defending this position with
Bruno Will goes down the inside. They make a tiny bit of contact.
immense defensive moves here. He's going to have a great exit out at the final corner, and it's going to be now lap 15 they go on to, and Bruno was in that slipstream. Oh, this is incredible.
Is he gonna go for the move into turn 3? Bruno Will always staying calculative. He dives to the inside but doesn't go for the move just yet. Tries to offset Davison here. They're going right at it, Madi. Titanic battle from the two Brazilians.
Okay, I'm very sorry, Bram, but I've got to quickly go do something. So just take us through the battle. We've got Matic right on the back of Bram. And I'll be as quick as I can and keep an eye on the battle between Brunewell and Davison. It's going to be an absolute cracker for the final 10 laps.
Maldi. And as Maldi just said, Mati right on the back of Bram. I don't think that is Bram because I am Bram and I'm not participating in this race right now. You can see me and Maldi participating in the race in the tier 2 tomorrow. He is right up the back of Danny though, and let's have a look if they decide to pit. Mercury then, is he pitting? No, he isn't. Danny's not pitting. Matt is pitting. Good decision from Matt. I rate that decision. Matt is now gonna be on fresh softs until the end of the race. He's got 11 laps to make those softs work. And he's gonna get a big undercut on LRS Mercury and DJ Danny here, right as of right now. Bruno Will and Davison going at it once again. Still battling for that P1. Both of them haven't got a penalty just yet. I don't expect them to pick up one in the near future before the end of the race. Bruno Will is looking to be making a move in the near future. He's getting really close up the back of Davison now. The gap is 4 tenths. They're going through Maggots, Beckett's and Chapel. Bruno Will's car washes out just a tiny bit. Not too sure if he's going to be able to make the move, but he's going for it. He's enabling the overtake. Davison's going defensive. Bruno Will's going round the outside, but he doesn't get the move done just yet. Gets a good run into the final chicane though. He goes to the inside. They're going side by side. Bruno Will breaks late, but Davison maintains the position round the outside. Good defending from Davison here. Bruno Will can get a switch back onto the pit straight. They won't be going side by side into the first corner. That is a big risk. And as I said, they are not going side by side. Onto the medium runners then. Let's have a look where Matty exits out of the pits. Does he get the undercut done? Yes, he does. He's side by side with Mercury. They're going side by side and Matty gets a position done. He gains 2 positions of that undercut. He goes a bit wide though, so Mercury can maybe get a switchback move done as he tries to go for the switchback. But he's not gonna get the move done just yet. Back onto the fight for the lead then. Bruno Will and Davison. The gap is a bit bigger this lap though. Bruno Will's got very high ERS, as has Davison. He's maintained his ERS very nicely here. And here we go, then Mercury is trying to get past Matty here. He's really leaning on those fresh soft tires, using the optimum grip of those fresh rubber. Goes down the inside of Stowe and he gets the move done. Matty is gonna be able to make a move. Oh, no, he's not. The undercut has still got Matty one position though, so I'm sure he'll be content with that. They're 3 seconds off the Kevin is 3 seconds up the road. So that will be the next spray for these soft runners. Dambos is 1.5 seconds behind and don't think he can catch up. Matty goes a bit wide into turn 4 though. This might enable Danny to go for a move. Then he enables the overtake, but he decides to not go for this lap. Formula Ecos has got back past Kevin, and I'm sorry, but I've missed that overtake. No, I haven't. He was already passed. Back into the battle for the lead then. Bruno and Davizin going right at it as per usual. I think Davizin might have picked up a warning there. He went slightly wide into Stowe corner. And the gap between Kevin and Mercury is shrinking. And actually, Davizin and Bruno Will are going at it. Scrap what I just said. Let's go to the front. Bruno Will and Davizin going side by side once again. Just like Hamilton and Bottas in 2019. Bruno Will right up the back of Davizin. Is going for it on the inside of Cops. He thinks better of it and he backs off. Davizin maintaining the lead once again. There's a big fight in the mid-pack here. But there's also a big fight up front. Bruno Will and Davizin in a class of their own. They're going side by side into Cop's corner though. Stowe, I'm sorry. Bruno Will going round the outside. Brakes on the grass. He brakes very late. And I think he's braked a bit too late. And Davizin has defended his position once again. Beautiful defending from Davizin here. And Kevin and Formula Egos are the next ones to go at it. Kevin going for a bit of a switch back. He doesn't get it done just yet. But Mercury, Matty and DJ Danny are now right up the back of them. They'll be looking to get past as soon as possible to get in that P4 position. And maybe the gap from P4 to P3 is 4.5 seconds. They might just be able to go for it. For that final podium position, but it will be tight at the end of the race. But there's definitely a big train from P4 up into P9. And Mercury's going down the inside on Kevin already. He's gone the move and he's got it done. Into Lovefield corner, P5 for Mercury. He's got a good exit out of the Lovefield corner. He's right on the back of Formula Ecos as well, so but it's not close enough just yet to make a move. Right then, Mercury going through Magus and Beckett. He gets very good run through Chapel. He's right on the back of Formula Ecos. They're going side by side on the Wellington Straight. No, on the Hanger Straight. And Mercury gets the move done. Formula Ecos is now down into P5. Matty is now the next one to make those moves. He has to get them done quickly. Alpha Kevin is now also right on the back of Formula Ecos as he's been for the whole race. Mercury goes a bit wide through turn 4. That might give Formula Ecos a chance to get back past him, but he knows Mercury is much quicker in this stage of the race, so he thinks better of it and he decides not to use the overtake. Kevin goes wide through Brooklands. That might enable Matty to go for a bit of a switchback move through left field, but Matty on his wheel can't out-traction Kevin on his pad. Back to the front then, Bruno Will and Davison going right at it once again. It's lap 21 of 26, Bruno Will's got 5 laps to get this move done. He's not going for it on this lap, so I have to wait until next lap to see if he goes for it. Right then, Matt is now up the back of Kevin. He has to get the move done quick enough just yet though, so... Sorry for that, I had to have a little sneeze. It's spring days coming in, bit of hay fever going on, but no problem. We're here to commentate over STB and it's been a cracking race so far.
And now Bruno has got that DRS on the back of Davison as they come down the straight. Was that Hanger straight? I don't know. Wellington straight. I apologise guys, Britain is not a circuit that I study corners around because quite frankly I really do not like the circuit. But I'm back now. I was had to attend to some business and we're here now, lap number 22, and Mercury's got himself up in a B4 here, Bram.
As I said, Maddie knew he was gonna pull something out of the hat, and he has done so far. He's up into P4, but he has got a time penalty now, so have to look out for that.
So he's basically...
And Bruno Will's going for it, Maddie. No, he's not. Davidson's using a bit of his ERS to stay in front, and Davison has managed this race very well so far. He's still quite high on that ERS.
Right. Anything I've missed, Bram? Anything exciting? I mean, it is Britain.
Yeah,
so.
some very great battling by Formula Eagles and Kevin once again. Mercury getting past the both of them. Bruno Will and BR Davison going at it as well. It's been a very good race so far, Madi. There's been plenty of racing action. And Matty gets a big snap of oversteer. This might enable Danny to go for the move. Danny is quite low on ERS.
Yeah, Bram. Yeah, great race at Britain. Yeah, great race. Yeah. So I just really don't like the circuit.
Yeah, it doesn't matter if you don't like it. You're not racing on it. You're spectating it.
Well, even spectating it, Bram, it's not very good. But I mean, it is very good now because DJ Danny's got that DRS down the Wellington straight. You learn something new every day, but you can't get it because Matt's got DRS again. So it's a bit boring because you got DRS. I need to stop slating my track.
Yeah, that might be a good idea, Madi. Meanwhile, Bruno, Will and Davison are going at it with 4 laps to go.
Maybe get DRS them.
Bruno Will's going for the move. Davison uses some ERS.
He's closing in, but no. He's not close enough yet.
And Davison has really got... Madi, I think Davison has got the pace advantage over Bruno Will. Bruno Will is in the DRS, but Davison has got a higher amount of ERS, which suggests that Bruno Will is struggling to keep up with Davison here, and Davison has had some very good pace.
Well, if we look at the last lap, Davison did a 26.8. His best rate, his PB, and Bruno Will did a 26.8, so they're level on time here.
Oh, and Matt is going down. Kevin's inside. The 2 championship rivals from Tier 2 of last season are going at it in Tier 1, and they've hit!
Oh, Matt's nearly span it there as per usual, but he's down in P7 now. He's got to do that all over again.
And this enables Danny to go for the move, and it's all kicking off on the Wellington straight. Danny is going down the inside of Matt.
It's all kicking off. He's
going for it. Matt keeps it around the outside, and Matt maintains the position. Danny might be able to go for a bit of a switchback, but that's not the case. Right then, back on board with Bruno Will to see if he makes a move on Davison this lap then. It goes... He enables the overtake. He is quite close though. Davison goes defensive.
He's going to get close. He's going to get close. Here we go. Davison's going to have to defend with all his might. Trying to go around the
outside. Oh, and he's off the track. And I'm not sure if that move is legal. Muddy made the move off the track, but he is in front as of right now though.
Here we go.
Davizin has got some good pace, and I think Davizin will be able to get back
Yeah, but
at him.
Davidson's going to try and, keep behind him and try and get him back on the DRS down the Wellington Straight.
Oh, and
he forces Brindle into a mistake. Forces him to a lock-up. That's going to give Davidson a better line. And he's going to have DRS as well. Here we go.
Goes for the switch back. They're going side by side. Davizin opens the DRS. The two Brazilians side by side on the Wellington Straight. This is great racing, Madi.
Up the inside.
Amazing camera shot. Davizin goes down the inside. Bruno Will keeps it around the outside.
Yeah,
Bruno is on the grass. He keeps it down the inside.
Oh, Bruno was going to traction, but Davizin
goes round the outside. They're still side by side, Madi. It's some great racing, and Bruno Will just maintains the position, and I'm out of breath. And I got asthma, so this is not good.
Well, it's not. I mean, yeah, it's just a bit average.
Oh, shut up! We've had a bagging battle.
Here we go, Davizin coming back at Bruno Will.
He's leaving it late, he's leaving it till the last lap. I think if he just stays close enough, he will be able to go for it. Further down the field though, Kevin is now almost out of Formula Eicos' DRS. He's almost out of ERS as well. Matty's closing up very quickly with that DRS. And Kevin is out of the... Ooh,
Bruno Will has only got 16% ERS.
Yeah, and this is Davidson's chance. He's lurking, He's got about a minute till he crossed the start-finish straight to see the checkered flag. But the question is, in which position will he do it? He's got DRS. Bruno Will weaves to the inside on the Wellington Straight. Davidson's not going for it just yet, because that will leave him vulnerable on the Hanger Straight. Through left field, Bruno Will locking up a tiny bit. Bruno Will feels the heat. Feels the breath of Davidson in his back. Davidson now 2/10 behind. GRT, Matty and Kevin going at it as well. Matty gets past Kevin finally on the last lap, so that's good for him.
Bruno Will, Bruno Will, unless Benny's sector 3, there's a crash in sector 3.
And here we go then, last lap. Davidson enabling all the overtake he's got. Bruno Will's lights flashing, they're going at it into Stowe corner. Going side by side on the Hanger Straight.
Round the outside,
and Davidson gets the move. Round the outside, Bruno Will is looking to get back, but it's Davidson who gets him moved out. And they almost make contact at the final corner. Vettel Verstappen moment. And it's Davidson who gets the win here in Tier 1. Beautiful racing from those two.
Bruno Will has finally been beaten.
Fair and square as well. Outpaced by Davidson this race, and it's a cracking performance from Davidson, as is it from Mercury. Mercury finishes in P5, Kevin back up to P4 due to not getting penalties.
We're going to have to wait for VC to crawl his way round the track. P10,
yeah,
but still
VC
though, 1 point.
A Sunday drive here. In last position, yeah. No safety car came out to help him today.
That was
cracking, Mal. You can't say that was...
Nah, it wasn't the best race. It was probably... It was
the second best race of the season so far.
No. Well, what was the best race of the season?
France? No question.
France was average as well.
Nah. They're having a laugh, and Vizzy comes around the final corner as well to round out the points. And that's it for Tier 1 today.
But anyway, all jokes aside, great battling, great racing, and it is LRS Mercury driver of the day. I think I can agree with that. A great strategy call for him. But Davidson is your winner here in Silverstone, and that is your British Grand Prix of season 18, the final Tier 1 British Grand Prix on F1 2020. And what a race that was. Definitely exciting for tomorrow's Tier 2 race. But your winner was BRL Davidson. Second was BRL Bruno Will. Third was Jamham. Let's just invite the podium finishers. 4th was Alpha Kevin. 5th was Mercury. 6th was DJ Danny. 7th was Formula ACOS. 8th was JRT Matty. 9th was Alpha Dan. 10th was FXBRVC. Well done to him for continuing. That's two points for him with fastest lap. And the non-finishers were Eke, Virtue, Stefanko, Reina, and Joe Mama in P15. All jokes aside, Joe F1 in P15.
You're going right at it with the jokes today, Maddie.
Brad, who do you say driver of the day? I think definitely Mercury. Great strategy
I'm going
call
for
from
Davison. He's beat Bruno Will fair and square. There's
No,
not
I say
people
Mercury.
that say that.
Because Mercury had a great strategy. He's been able to, get Formula ACOS.
Yeah,
And yeah.
the strategy helped him.
Definitely.
I'm going for Davison. I'm really impressed with how he drove today. He made some great moves.
Oh yeah, I'm going for Mercury as driver of the day. I don't think we're going to be hearing from Davison or Bruno Will. Not sure. I think we can hear from Jamham. Jamham?
Yep.
Back on the podium. I think you can agree P3 was probably the best position you could get tonight. Due to the pace from Bruno Will and Davison. But yeah, just take us through your race briefly. How do you feel it went? It was a pretty good drive from you.
Yeah, it was a pretty boring one, to be honest. I was kind of just in my own little gap between top two and then all the rest for most of it. But yeah, pace felt good. I think if I hadn't have been held up about 6 seconds behind that VSC at the start, maybe could have just about hung on to the top two. But no, their pace was strong, like you say. But yeah, not much happened. A bit disappointed that I lost the fastest lap right at the end. But no, apart from that, pace felt good, and bringing home another podium, more than happy with that.
Yeah. Obviously, we go to Spa next week. A track that I hope everyone loves. Is it a track that you love?
Yeah, I like Spa. I think I've got a pretty good record round there in STB especially. So yeah, hopefully maybe another podium. But yeah, more the same next week would be nice.
Okay. Well, thank you, Jamham. And yeah, we'll see you next week for Spa.
Cheers.
Okay. Ram, thank you for joining me in the commentary box this evening for the British Grand Prix Tier 1. Thank you, everyone. Obviously, a smaller lobby this evening, but yeah, I mean, decent race. I mean, great battles. And we hope